Man, something crazy just happened in Europe, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. We're going to get into actually a ton of stuff in this video. We got foreigners for the World Cup here in America being shocked, literally shocked at how America really is. Unlike what they were told in the news, they're finding out this is not true, that the people here are wonderful, the food is awesome, and lots of great places to visit. We're going to get into that a little bit. We got what's going on in Europe. Absolutely insane. They're finally going our direction. We'll get into that. We got JD Vance on The View. We got a ton of other stuff as well. We have what's going on with this Iran peace deal and some of the interesting fallout in the background that a lot of people are not aware of with, Israel. And we got a ton of other stuff as well to get into, including Doctor Who and a weird alien thing at the end. All right, let's just start here. More foreigners in the USA. Hope. Check this out.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. This is one pancake?
Yeah, welcome to America. You know, I used to be little like you.
Ich will essen alles. Oh mein Gott, Tomaten!
Look at this. Just a little bag of popcorn for you. It's as long as an adult's arm.
What?
The size of an adult's arm.
So, you like shopping in America a lot better, honey? We've already got 3 items.
All this car stuff. I'm in heaven. What's happening? I can get bread, milk, and an air rifle.
Yo, can you just give me a green card, bro? Oh.
Loot right in the house. Right to the left, you walk in and the loot's right.
I don't think that guy has to worry about being skinny much longer back here if he's eating that stuff from America.
Loot right in the house. Right to the left, you walk in and the loot's right here. There's a toilet right.
It's hot outside, but when you step in, it's like a winter's day.
They're not used to air conditioning being so powerful in their bed. Maybe they don't even use air conditioning in a number of places there in Europe, in stores. Here, obviously, they do. But we have some amazing things going on right now. Okay? The European Union, this is like an hour ago, I think, has just passed a measure to surge mass, deportations across the region. It's officially law. Now in the EU, they're even chanting, send them back. Wake up, take your countries back, don't slow down, keep pushing. Could it be this weird awakening after America rededicated our country back to Jesus, to God, that now other countries are being influenced by this? We have all these foreigners coming for the World Cup, shocked that America is so much better than they were told in, whatever social media they watch. And now you have them finally sending back a lot of people. Check this out. Pretty crazy to hear it coming from the EU. You wouldn't expect it from this assembly, particularly. Just amazing. Saying send them back. And once you hear why, we'll get into it at the tail end of this video, but there's some, I think it's on this video. I'm doing 2 videos today. I'm pretty sure it's on the end of this video, right? I'll talk about it a little bit at the end, but we're going to get into it more on the tail end as well. First of all, I got to mention food supply, 25 years shelf life. Link is in the description. We're going to get into all these things with JD Vance. On the View and much more. As low as $20, as high as $3,000 if you want a year's worth of food. They have lots of other options also. Solar-powered generators, water filtration, survival gear seeds. This book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity. If you had a situation where you had an extended period of time without power, you definitely want that book. You can't get it when the power's already out. They don't sell it at Walmart or anything. Definitely get this copy right here, $37. Get the printed version, hundreds of pages illustrated. Also, check out all the links below. Let's get back to the View. Here we have J.D. Vance on the View and says some rather interesting things. Check this out. He's also in good spirits.
So this is a show of MAGA Republicans, right? That's what my media team told me? Okay, good.
Well, we'll find out. I think you have the first question, Alyssa.
Yes, Mr. Vice President, thank you for being with us. Now, you came into office with clear momentum, but when I talk to my friends and family who supported you and the president and still support you and the president, one issue comes up time and time again, and it's the economy. Inflation's up, wages are down, gas prices are starting to drop at news of this Iran deal, which we will get.
By the way, the Iran deal, the peace deal, has went through. They signed it. I think they're signing it right now. And it's very intriguing looking at all the things behind it, because now our president specifically went against that country in the Middle East. We're talking about, of course, Israel. And you'll see it as we unfold it here. It's really intriguing because it comes back to a former president, and not Biden, but Obama, and what he had done that it might have caused all the moves that our president did with regards to Iran up to this point of the peace deal. So check this out. So we have here President Trump publicly rebukes Israel over its war against Hezbollah. Actually, I was going to get into this second. Is that the one? Yeah, that was the one I wanted to show you. Okay. Israel's fighting Hezbollah too long and too many people are being killed. Let's just play this clip here, see what he has to say.
And I suggested to Israel to let Syria take care of Hezbollah. Because to be honest with you, I think they do a better job of doing it. And I didn't like Syria. I didn't like where 2 hours before we're signing the agreement that there was an attack.
Yeah, so the whole point is that we're apparently going forward with the peace deal with Iran, whether or not the other country wants to be involved or not, okay? And so you have Ben Shapiro obviously upset over this, throws J.D. Vance under the bus, blaming him for the peace deal with Iran that does not benefit his home country, Israel, apparently. Shapiro admits the establishment has failed to achieve its original goals. Let's just check out what he has to say here.
With that said, this MOU appears to be, just from the text, a disaster that does not achieve any of the actual signal goals that were set by the administration at the beginning. There were effectively 5 goals that were set by the administration at the beginning.
And I can't play the whole clip because it's probably copyrighted anyways, but basically he goes through and makes up a ridiculous standard and requirements for Iran. Basically, like, they can have like zero help for rebuilding, like no defense mechanisms whatsoever. I mean, just ridiculous the way he's talking here. No country would ever agree to, actually. And here's actually what J.D. Vance did accomplish. Termination of hostilities, Strait of Hormuz reopening, immediate oil waivers, uranium stockpile destruction, nuclear commitments, no more nuclear. The text stipulates that Iran will maintain status quo of its remaining nuclear capabilities and affirms that it will never seek a nuclear weapon. Right. Well, it's talking about nuclear power plants and things like that are actually okay. Strategic sticking points, sanctions linked to performance, $300 billion reconstruction fund, frozen assets. Iran claims it will quickly access $24 billion in restricted foreign funds. And of course, Israel's in defiance to this whole thing because they don't want any reconstruction help. They don't want them to have any sort of help whatsoever, or power, or defense, anything. They want you to basically be like a country with no defense now, is basically what they want in the agreement, which they're never going to agree to, of course. It's really obvious. I can now confirm that Israel formally requested access to Iran MOU and was denied. A remarkable and highly unusual development between close allies on the issue of such critical national importance. So this is referring to the agreement between Iran and America to stop this war. we apparently didn't give them access, to this agreement. So that's kind of interesting. So we got that. I mean, that's kind of weird, right? That's interesting. It shows you that our president's finally just gotten sick of it. Said, look, you know what? We're not going to just let them do whatever they want anymore. We're going to end this whole thing. And then when you understand the reason why he did it in the first place, it had to do with Obama giving $1.7 billion to him in I think it was a Boeing 757, if I recall correctly. Our president spoon-feeding us, begging us to make the connection. He plainly lays out how Obama gave Iran, of course, he's saying nuclear capabilities, and then those would have been used to strike Israel. So he's basically saying Obama funded him to create this enrichment and all this stuff, which this is what this guy's implying that our president's saying, which he didn't directly say, but, I'm not saying it's true or not. What I'm saying is that Obama did give them money, flat out. And they could have used that money for whatever they wanted to. And it could have very easily been used for something like this. Who knows what it was used for, right? That's the entire point. Let's just play this clip. You'll see what I'm getting at.
Obama did was he did the JCPOA. He loaded up a plane with $1.7 billion in green cash from banks all over Washington, Maryland, and Virginia. They were stripped of all their cash. They had no cash to do payrolls. It all went into a Boeing 757, a wonderful plane, and they flew it to Iran. And they gave it out to people. They bribed people. They thought they were going to get it done. Then they gave billions and billions of dollars after that. And they got a deal that was a road to a nuclear weapon. I get so angry, I guess. I'm allowed to get angry when I watch the Democrats. They talk about it all the time.
So the point is that Obama thought he was going to solve it by just giving them cash and just hoping that they would stop what they were doing. But clearly they didn't stop what they were doing. And his solution was not a good solution because it ended up not working. So that's what he's trying to get at. He's actually saying that this money was he's implying that this money was used for that stuff. We don't know for sure if that was the case or not, but wouldn't be really hard to be surprised if it was the case, right? Donald Trump said that without the United States, there would be no Israel. This is interesting. This is at the G7 as well. Check this out.
Without us, without the United States, there would be no Israel. Without me, there would be no Israel, because no other president was willing to do what I did. I've had a great relationship with Bibi, but now Bibi has to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon. Lebanon used to be a great country. It was a country where you had professors, doctors.
So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. This is what he should have did a long time ago. He finally decided to do it because, he just got sick of it. He could tell this thing was just going to keep going forever because clearly their interests are not aligned with ours, right? And so there you got that. Now, getting over to what's going on in Europe, we had the European Union just decide to send them back. We're talking about all the illegals. Lots of them. They're talking about sending them all back, the illegals, okay, which is a lot, okay? And it's because of all the things that have now recently come out with regards to some of these illegals, with their gangs and other things going on. Here you have Belgium and some of the stuff going on there. Check this out. This is from Tyler Oliveira.
Brussels, Belgium, the capital of the European Union, where over 75% rapidly turning real Belgians into a minority in their own...
75%, man. Are you serious? What did he say? Did he say 75%?
This is Brussels, Belgium, the capital of the European Union. Without
Bro, he said 75%. How can you have a country with 75% new people that are immigrants, like whether they're legal, illegal, or what, or maybe children of legal immigrants, I guess you could say as well. That's insane. Like, isn't that, I mean, look, could you imagine Japan? Just imagine Japan. Imagine that, like, within 10 years, 75% of Japan is no longer Japanese. Could you even imagine that? It's just like impossible to even imagine, right? This is what we're talking about here. This is literally what we're talking about. And now it's gotten to a point where even the European Union parliamentary has now made a law saying send the illegals back. Even the most liberal of the government in Europe, which is the parliament from what I can tell, or at least they're pretty high up there, they're chanting send them back. That's how it's gotten there. You know, when you got the most liberal guys that were promoting this the entire time, now chanting send them back, that it's gotten to the end. Okay, it's over. You got the guys in the European Parliament chanting send them back. Okay, it's over. It's over. The illegal immigration, I think this is probably it right here. With them chanting it and just passing it earlier today, it's over. It's got to be over. I mean, that's insane. You got the people that were promoting it the entire time now chanting it, right? So that's some good news, I would say. At least they're now starting to realize where it was going and it was not working, right? Particularly with the illegals, obviously. Then you got here Doctor Who. This is one of the actors, Peter Capaldi, talks why he's done with Doctor Who. I didn't like the direction the show was going in. Everybody was leaving. To be honest, I think there's too many regenerations now. I've lost count. The weight of it has been diminished. Now, honestly, there was many reiterations of it. 15 different Doctor Who's, literally 15 different people. It's been around I think it's almost exactly the same length of time as the James Bond franchise. And of course, we've had probably 15. I don't even know how many different James Bonds they've had. Probably at least 10, right? So it's not that it wouldn't keep going. See, so the whole James Bond franchise, they made the right decision. They decided never to change it from a man. Although they did have a woman as one of his underlings or whatever in one recent episode. But they never replaced him with a female. Okay? That was their mistake. You can't see, this is what they for some reason, a lot of these people in Hollywood, particularly certain directors and producers, don't understand is you can't take a beloved character and change it and expect people to still love it. You can make a new character. You can do like the old days in the 90s and early 2000s. You can have Sigourney Weaver be a main character. People will love it. She's a female. No one has a problem with it. It's a sci-fi movie. Aliens, right? The problem is when you take a character that's been a guy for like 50 years and you turn it into a woman. That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense, but that's what they did. And now the show is postponed till 2031. Okay, that's what's going on with that. Then I wanted to show you guys this picture, this video. This is from 2008. Now, we were having that UFO file dump recently. It was the third dump, which apparently wasn't that spectacular from what I could tell. This is interesting. This clip here from 2008, you can actually zoom in and see the two people or two beings operating the craft. Okay.
In that sense, the Cumbergatz footage is actually more interesting than the movie. Whether you think it's a genuine UFO, a camera artifact, a distant ship, it shows that in reality, something that Disclosure Day never quite understands. Evidence alone isn't going to change the world anymore. In the age of the internet, and especially...
So he's talking about Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg. He actually shows when they zoom in on it. Check this out. You can actually see their faces. Original, stabilized, zoomed in. You can see the actual alien creatures' heads in the craft. This is from 2008. This is much better than almost anything that was put out in the dumps, the last three dumps even. Although there was a couple interesting ones in the last three dumps, but the last, particularly the third dump, was pretty bad. It was very, very, I mean, honestly, you could find some stuff on Axe any random day, it would be better. You know what I mean? Oh, look, you saw a couple orbs. Oh my goodness, that's so shocking. I mean, this is the kind of stuff they put in dump 3 of the files. But as you can see here, you can actually see their faces. At any rate, that's my video. Kind of wonder what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.